All right. Hello. Sean Brady on Election Day. November 3rd, 2020. Yes, we're voting today. Well, hopefully those of us can vote, got out there and voted. We already previously voted. Jaleesa, did you get out there and do your civic duty previously by ballot, probably?
I voted early, actually, before I left. Yep.
You know, it was, I have to say this because it was, we forget about these things, right? You have to vote where you're registered to vote, where you've lived, right?
Yep.
And so you did the right thing. You voted early because you knew where you were moving,
exactly.
Right? And literally the person in front of me in line of voting today, and I did go at 6 a.m., Michelle and I got in line, and it was a huge line.
Oh my goodness, I know.
It took us an hour. We were expecting it. We weren't sure what was going to happen. But we knew it was going to be a bigger than normal turnout. But the lady in front of me, we're socially distanced and waiting, and she went ahead of me and got her ballot and stuff. And but I saw her come around with me, and I was at the end towards one of the election officials. And they have the little digital things where you show them your address or your voter card, and then you confirm your address. Well, when her confirm the address came up, she had just moved.
Oh wow!
So she moved to another county.
Wow.
So she wasn't registered in the new county, and her vote wasn't in our county anymore.
Oh man, that's a sticky one.
Right? And the election official is like, he's like, you can take it up with the more election officials if you want.
Right.
But you have to be registered to vote where you live.
Oh, and God, it's a tough one.
And she waited in line as long as we did, almost, probably 45 minutes to get into the door to be told that. Yeah. But, lesson learned. And she was great about it. She's like, yeah, I should have done this. And, and she's like, I guess I got to do something else.
Yeah.
But voting every day. So we voted today. Mm-hmm. If you had the opportunity, hopefully you did. And, we get all these political conversations coming on every 4 years, especially it's a big election, right? We're in definitely changed times. A lot more people are voted, like you said, absentee ballot.
Exactly.
A lot more people are, going to the polls despite COVID, right? It was all socially distanced, which was pretty nice. But the thing I wanted to impress upon this post was that we're voting every day. Not necessarily an election, but how do you think we do that, Jaleesa?
With our choices and how we, many ways, actually.
Many ways.
So, yeah, like
right?
Almost every way we vote with our lives.
Yes.
It determines how our lifestyle goes. It determines how we spend our money. Yep.
Especially with our money, right? And there's this analogy that I heard a long time ago, and I forget exactly where it was, but we're voting with our dollars every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we spend a nickel that we make, we're voting with that nickel. We have these little soldiers of dollar bills that we go out and we earn. Sometimes we're lucky to receive them, as gifts or things like that. But either way, we tell them a way to go.
Exactly.
And we're always voting with our dollars each and every day.
Exactly.
But we don't always think about it that way.
No, not at all. We're not thinking about that. We're thinking about what instant gratification we're receiving from spending.
Yes. So this is a completely bipartisan type of discussion. We are voting with our dollars every day. We want a different quality of life. And, it's what I love about election times isn't necessarily, certainly not all the slam the other parties' conversations, right?
Right.
But what I do love is that we get a little historic look back somewhere along the line where it's like, you think of our country and our founding fathers and the whole electoral college of votes, right?
Right.
It makes it available for large cities not to just rule the whole country.
Right.
It actually gives a voice to the small independent rural farmer that we may or may not agree with, or, you know, somebody who's in a completely different state than ours, to have some weight. And that's why we get these swing states, right?
Yep.
And that's so cool, because who else has that? So I was thinking about this, and I'm bringing it up right now because I was thinking about it. What are the swing votes in our life? Because everything ultimately begins with our own vote. We're voting for our lifestyle, our health, the purchase choices that we make, the lifestyle we want to live. And it ain't easy sometimes.
Very true. Very true.
But we do vote each and every day. And it doesn't mean just because we're in a certain state right now, we can't change it.
Correct. Certain states.
We absolutely can.
Good. That was good, Sean.
Oh, so that's what I got for you and for everybody out there watching this, is that, hey, realize that we do vote with our dollars. We probably all realize that. Of course, it's my money. I vote with it.
Right. Exactly.
But what are the swing states in our life? I know I shouldn't be buying those Doritos, but sometimes they're tasty.
I went to food automatically as well when it came to swinging.
You do see this thing, right?
Oh, yes. Please give us the name of this. What do you call this, Sean?
That burger was so good. It's a half-pound burger on a fresh brioche bun.
Yeah.
And then it had like this homemade pimento cheese on it. Fresh pickles. Onion. Pickled onion. Oh my gosh. My mouth's watering just thinking about it. I vote for that. All Americana in the food. Boom. Whoa. I vote for that.
I vote for that too.
And I also vote for $15K a day to balance it. 15,000 steps a day, that is. It's not a $15,000 burger, but sometimes it's a party in your mouth like it. Nice.
Very nice.
Vote for that. And, vote for your voice to be heard.
Correct.
That's the thing of banter that I noticed with, great friends. And they're definitely on some, at times, different political sides of the fence, for certain. And they don't want necessarily to, I would totally vote for any one of them on either side of the fence, just because who they are is just great.
Nice.
And it's like, well, if you're not going to run as a politician, would you find the politician that you would back so it'd make my decision a lot easier?
Exactly. Exactly. That's funny.
Because we respect each other's opinions and our values. And, that's one thing I was present to today, waiting in line for, good, almost not quite an hour. We were all done in under an hour. So I was thankful for that. I was thankful for, we had a nice view. We're outside, right? It wasn't raining. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't terribly cold. We were warm.
Yep.
And, the fact of the matter is that people were really respectful of one another, I think, at least when I went. And I knew that everybody wasn't voting on the same ticket. I think all tickets were probably represented in the line. It was a pretty long line. And it was nice to see my neighborhood coming together and voting.
That's amazing. I love that.
And I think that's one of the proudest things that we can say we have is in America and a neighborhood that is a melting pot, and we realize our fundamental values may be different a little bit, but our core values as a nation and as a neighborhood, because all our nation is a big neighborhood.
A huge neighborhood.
And we can get along.
Exactly.
And that's what makes us the greatest nation, will keep us that way forever.
Exactly. We're going to keep pushing through.
Keep pushing through. That's the way it was designed. We may not like it. We may not agree with it. But we get to respect it. Just as we want to be respected.
Exactly.
And that's what I got for today.
Awesome, Sean. Perfect.
Thanks, Jaleesa.
Okay.
All right, roll that bumper. We'll see who watches this sucker. And hey, hopefully it made a difference, not just your life, but everybody watching this. and beyond. You're always voting each and every day, each and every way. Do it with a smile. All right. Thanks for watching. As I always say, may not see you in person, we'll always see you right here on social media. Thank you. Thank you. Good stuff. Digging it.